Hey beer tubers! Today I'm going to be opening up a pretty rare beer by Russian River Brewing Company, and it takes a lot of great beer to make great wine. This is originally just a brewery release. I just found it at City Beer Store a couple days ago and I was like, wow, I'm gonna snatch that thing. You know it's gonna go really quick because it's a one-time thing. So anyways, this is technically an American lager using a lot of European hops. Although Beer Advocate lists it as a pale, it is in fact more of a summer lager. This phrase it basically describes how winemakers, when they're out on harvest and while they're out in the summertime, it's really hot, they're making wine that they need a drink to chill with. And although wine is their drink of choice, it is not the most refreshing of drinks, so they go straight to beer, which commonly they drink lagers. Hence why this is an American lager. So I'm really looking forward to it. It is a rare release, so if you happen to be able to get it, then great for you. Otherwise, best of luck to you guys. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and open it up and I'll show you guys how it is. Alright, so for the color of this beer, it's actually surprisingly hazy. If you can see, it is on the hazy side. It is a bright lemon yellow sort of color, but it is quite hazy. I wouldn't be surprised if I were to have seen it. It would have been like a very light, cloudy IPA, would have been my guess, or pale. So anyways, let me check the aroma on this thing. Wow, man, bright citrus hops. I mean, it's like their Blind Pig IPA, or Pliny the Elder for that matter. It's got that very similar citrus, grapefruity aroma. I'm getting some of the sots as well too. I could smell some of that. Has some earthy, grassy quality as well, but not so much like a funk ale, but yeah, it's got some of those characters to it. Well, let me go ahead and give it a try here. Kampai. Huh. That's interesting. I guess they say it's technically a lager. The brewery says that because it's a bottom fermented yeast. I'm guessing they made it like a lager, but it tastes like a pale. And maybe that's why Beer Advocate categorizes it as an American pale, because it does taste like it, but it's got this very citrusy, like I said, very kind of grassy character like an American pale, sort of like the younger brother of the Blind Pig IPA. That's what it tastes like so far. Quite a bit of carbonation, light body, and yet there's a decent amount of flavor. This is really interesting. If they call it a lager, it's probably one of those hybrid pale ales and a lager, because it does have some of that lager yeast characteristic, the bready, biscuity character, and the refreshing lemony character as well. But it's got quite a bit of the malts. Got the pale malts. I could tell there's some pale malts, probably maybe 2 row for all I know. And it got quite a bit of flavor to it. So it's like, it tastes like a hoppy West Coast pale ale, but it's got the lightness of a lager. Some of the carbonation as well kind of gives it this lager feel. If anything, it is really refreshing. Probably one of the most refreshing pale ales I've ever had. The closest one I could think of is the one-time release that Port Brewing did. I don't know if they'll still make it, but Port Brewing has a summer pale, and it has a similar characteristic to it. I wouldn't be surprised if the recipe is somewhat similar, because it tastes very similar. It's good. I mean, I guess I'll categorize it under a lager because that's what they say it is. I will give this, I don't know, an A. This is a straight up A for me, whether if it's a pale or a lager or either one. It's very, very tasty and I enjoy it. If you guys could somehow get a hold of this somehow, I do recommend it. It's a really nice beer. And I don't know if they'll release it again because, or it might be just one of those one-time things. So, anyways, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next beer blog. Kampai!